Environmental Protection Agency has begun removing toxic waste from the Lahaina burn zone.
The hazardous materials will be shipped to the mainland. Our Lahaina Richardson shows us where it's going for now.
I'm here at the Ukumehame gun range where the U.S. EPA is bringing all sorts of hazardous waste that has been collected from the burn zone here. And this is to make sure that when Lahaina residents return to their homes and businesses, that there is no hazardous waste for them to walk into. These are some of the trucks that have just started to arrive. And over here, these 55-gallon drums, it's full of basically anything that's under your kitchen sink: solvents, paints, batteries, lithium batteries, anything that could be hazardous. And if you can imagine, much of it is toxic, burned because of that fire that burned so hot. Now, joining us now is Tom Dunkelman. He's with the U.S. EPA. He's the incident commander here. Tom, why don't you talk about the very difficult work that's happening right now?
Yeah, we have 9 field teams performing the work right now. They go into each of the burned properties and remove the materials that you just talked about. But, you know, before we enter any of the properties, there are some things that we take very seriously. One is the health and safety of our workers. There may be physical hazards, there may be chemical hazards, so we evaluate the properties first. The second thing is we're very aware of the cultural and the historic significance of these properties, and so we don't want to further disturb any of those cultural items. So we've hired cultural monitors. We have 25 people that we've hired locally who accompany our teams and advise them of any cultural items that could potentially be on the property to make sure that our work does not further disturb those items.
All right, Tom Dunkelman from the U.S. EPA, thank you so much. And again, all of it is coming in here. It's going to be happening over the next several weeks and several months. Now, the U.S. EPA says it doesn't know when Lahaina residents will be allowed to return to their homes. That decision will be left to the county. Reporting from the Ukumehame gun range, I'm Lahaina Richardson, Hawaii News Now.
All right, Mahia, thank you. FEMA has opened a new disaster recovery center at the Lahaina Civic Center. The same gym where President Biden met with fire victims a couple weeks ago is now set up as a resource hub with officials from federal, state, and county agencies. Qualified residents can pick up their $700 emergency aid checks here and find out what else is available. U.S. Senator Brian Schatz says the White House has agreed to add $4 billion to the country's disaster budget this year.
A lot of this money is for rebuilding public infrastructure. So we all know the elementary school was destroyed, the sewer treatment plant, the water treatment plant, some of the utility infrastructure, the federally qualified community health center, the harbor.
Senator Schatz says the funding is still subject to approval by Congress. Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy is set to visit Maui tomorrow to tour the disaster areas with a bipartisan delegation that includes Hawaii Representatives Ed Case and Jill Tokuda. They plan to hold a news conference following the tour at about 4:45 tomorrow afternoon.